I wanted to start with confession, right? So when I began my career, I had no confidence. I'm scared of talking to people even today. Sometimes I struggle with communication, but one thing I always had a curiosity, right? So I always wanted to know why do so many startup fail, and I realized something like most failures don't happen within 3 years. They happen in first 6 months, right? They happen because of one simple reason, that is a failed MVP. And trust me, I have been there and I have seen the MVP collapse like a Jenga towers, right? So once collapsing it in a 6 months, and that's exactly what I wanted to share with you today, and why MVPs fail and how you can avoid it, right? So, as a founder, very a great founder, one of my friend itself. So he spent 9 months building an MVP, launches, post on LinkedIn, gets congratulations likes, but customers silence, right? Another founder spends 3 months, build, launches first week, 10 sign up next week, zero, right? By the third week, even his mom unsubscribed, right? That's a reality of a failed MVP, right? So they look shiny on a launch day, but they die in a silence after. So today I will break you down, right? Break you down why MVP fail, correct? With the stories, data, and case studies, and yes, I will also add some humor, right? So because honesty, startup failures are painful but are also not funny when you zoom out. It's a not funny itself when you zoom out, right? So why MVP fail? So they either build too much full product in the name of an MVP, build too little, like just like a toy demo or nobody wants, right? So number three, they build without research, guessing features like throwing darts blindfoldedly. So think of like cooking. Cooking MVP is equal to testing if people like your new dish. So founder instead cook a 7 course meal without asking if anyone is hungry, right? So it is same like that, okay? So I will just try to explain you one kind of a case study, that is case study number one, that is Juicy Row. All right, so case study one, Juicy Row. Juicy Row. Juicy Row. All right, so this is a case study of Juicy Row. Case study number one. All right, so let's talk about Jizure. They raised $120 million for a Wi-Fi connected juice machine. Their MVP, a $400 juicer that squeezes juice from pre-packed bags. Right. So here is a funny part. People discovered that they could squeeze the juice bags by hand faster than uh, faster than the hand basically. So people discovered that they could squeeze this juice bags by hand faster than the machine, right? So imagine spending a millions building an MVP when your hand is better product. Hand is the better product, right? So it is what the conclusion that people get to understand. So what's a lesson? MVP fail why they don't have when they don't solve real pain. Tech is not equal to value, right? Tech is not equal to value. So now we will take another case study one. You saw that basically, right? So case study number one. All right. So case study number two, right? So that is a QB. Now QB short form video platform raised $1.7 billion. Their MVP was basically Netflix on mobile, but with 10-minute episodes, right? So sounds cool, right? So, but here is what they missed: no social sharing, locked app experience, and they assumed the people wanted a Hollywood content in the short form, right? So, lesson is MVP fail when you don't research user behavior. If your MVP is a built-in vacuum, it stays in vacuum only, right? So number 4, humor and relatable founder mistakes. So what they do basically, let's be honest, right? Every founder makes mistakes. One guy I knew built a food delivery MVP. His first order, his own cousin who didn't even pay, right? So another founder launched an AI chatbot using kept asking it pizza if could not if it could not order a pizza. MVP is dead, right? So and my personal friend are the founders who launch a big PR only to realize that app crashes after 50 users. App is crashing after the 50 users, right? It's a funny but painful, because behind every failed MVP is a 6 to 12 months of sweat and savings basically, right? So what this kind of a journey, right? So what are the data and evidences we have here, right? According to the startup genome study, 74% of startups fail because of premature scaling itself, right? Before scaling itself, it got uh, like it they will be getting failed. So according to the CB insights, right? So 42% failed due to the no market need. So number 3, Harvard, according to the Harvard Business Review, MVP fail when founder confuses minimum with half backed, right? Data proves what stories show, right? Data proves what stories show. MVP failure is the rule, not an exception. So what are the lessons we can understand from this is: lesson number 1, MVP is not equal to full product. MVP is equal to test, right? Don't overbuild, no, don't underbuild, find the middle. Okay. So lesson number 2, MVP is not equal to guesswork, research first. Lesson number 3, talk to 100 users before writing code. Lesson number 3, MVP is not equal to free signups. Validation is equal to paying customers. If no one pays, it's not visible. Lesson number 4, MVP is not equal to perfection. Feedback built polish. Ugly but working is greater than pretty but useless. Nirvriksh connection here, startup ladder. That is why Nirvriksh exists. We don't let founders burn 6 months on a failed MVP, right? So we use a startup ladder. So first, step number 1, we validated getting 5 paying customers, right? Number 2, prototype and showcase. Okay, show before building. Okay, show before building. So step number 3, MVP build, lean, focused, and user tested. So step number 4, end to end product, scale after proving retention. This ladder ensures you that your MVP does not die, it survives and it grows. Okay, so here is a recap. Juicero failed because tech is not equal to value, right? QB failed because they ignore user behavior. Thousands of founders fail because they skip research, confuse MVP with the product, or chase hype. But you don't have, if you don't have to, if you don't have to, if you follow the startup ladder, you won't just build an MVP, you build a startup that lives. Okay, so Most MVP because most MVP fail because founders overbuild, underbuild, or skip the research, right? So at Nirvriksh, we build MVP differently. Okay, so lean focus tested. So when you launch, you don't hear silence, you hear customer paying. So this is the Nirvriksh way, right? So everyone will be going to talk about over the internet. Everyone people says that that is a gut that you feel that people will buy from you, right? It's not about the guts, right? Even if you have a guts, starter may feel, starter may not feel. Like there are, you have to keeping the things in mind that this can happen. All the possible conditions will be happening, but the things with, if you go with a strategy, right, we will, if we go with a strategy structured process, right, so they might, so like you can skip enough amount of money, let's say if you have put your money on the research in the first 3 months, you would have not built a product and wasted your huge amount of investment, right? So these are the things all about it. So in the next video I will be gonna discuss that in detail, so you will be going to see that.